Hello everyone from sunny Seattle. I'm Nick, a former Amazon bar raiser, and today we'll talk about what you should do if you are sitting for a system design interview loop with Amazon. System design is an area that's likely to be included in the interview loops for multiple job families, such as program management, technical program management, product management, technical product management, solutions architect, so on and so forth. And there will be different degrees of technical depth in each of these job families. But here I will describe at a high level what you can expect and how you should prepare for a system design interview. Before that, I should underscore very heavily that your Amazon interview is going to comprise primarily of behavioral type interview questions that are based on Amazon's leadership principles. You're going to hear me say this over and over again in almost every video that you're going to see. And the reason behind it is that Amazon determines the fit with their culture and the fit with the specific level where you're interviewing for based on how well you raise the bar across the 16 Amazon leadership principles. Secondarily, Amazon is going to evaluate your functional fit, your technical functional job fit, such as system design for these roles. I'm not saying that system design is not important for the interview. It is incredibly important, but it is definitely of secondary importance compared to the behavioral questions that you're going to hear and the answers that you're going to have to prepare in terms of how well you compare to the Amazon leadership principles. So system design is going to examine your ability to create systems from scratch and then scale those systems up or down per the interviewer's question. So usual questions along those lines could be things like, please tell me how you would design a clone to Airbnb or a clone to eBay or Netflix or Uber or Lyft type of ride-hailing app, so on and so forth. It's less important the specific area of what the system design is going to accomplish. The Amazon interviewers are going to choose a relatively complex area and a relatively complex environment where a lot of inputs and outputs are going to have to create a consistent experience for the end customer. So when you hear a system design question, you should be able to line up all those racing horses, meaning how would the user interface look like, starting from the front end and going to the back end. You can piece this in whichever order you'd like. So how would the UI experience look like? What would be the wireframes? How would the user flow progress from one part of the experience to the other? What would the networking layer look like? What would the backend layer look like? What would the storage look like? How would you handle all kinds of compute functionalities? What would be the different databases in store? Would there be a customer database? Would there be a driver's database for the Uber ride-sharing app, so on and so forth? You should be able to identify each of these areas at a high level with relative ease, and you should jump in very boldly and outline how those areas would interact with each other. The interviewer might ask you questions to go deeply into any one of those areas, and that's fine. If they do, walk them through what your logic is. Do not be alarmed. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. Come up with the assumptions that you need in order to produce a specific and quantifiable response on your own. Come up with those assumptions on your own without being afraid, and showcase your work. Again, you don't need to be a subject matter expert into the system that they're going to ask you to create. You can come from a financial systems background or a banking background, and they might ask you to design some sort of an Alexa-based app, and that's okay. Don't be hung up on the specific inputs and elements. Focus on the broad picture and what are going to be those fundamentals, those basics that would create a cohesive experience for the user across those different layers that are required for a complex environment to work. So that would be your first step. You would be expected to walk up to a whiteboard and outline these different layers, or in a work from home type of interview, you would be expected to sketch those dependencies on your screen. Do not be alarmed again. Do it boldly. Even if you make a mistake, that's not the end of the world. They're going to correct you if you do make a mistake. As long as your thought is moving in the right direction, as long as you are using sound judgment and your foundations and your fundamentals are there, do not worry about the nitty-gritty. So that would be element number one. Element number two in system design would be, once you create the system for the interviewer, once you design it for them, they might ask you to tweak it. They might ask you to optimize it, to scale it up or down. They might throw different parameters in order to see how you would redefine the scope and how you can tackle unforeseen circumstances that your design would be hit with. So that's what you should get ready for when you are preparing for system design type of interview questions. Most likely you're not going to be asked to code. Don't worry about getting ready to code in your system design interview, but be ready to describe these complex interdependent and interwoven systems. And don't be afraid to take chances. Be very specific. Go boldly on a limb, and you should do fine. I hope this is helpful. Best of luck to you in the Amazon interview. Bye.